This is the Major Figures Podcast recorded at GOT Sound Studio with your hosts Chris Darnell and Goody. We're a community for people who inspire to be major figures and who want major figures. Let's figure it out together. We're back in the building. It's another episode of Major Figures Podcast with your host Chris Darnell and Goody. Man, today we got a very special guest in the building. And I know we say that about everybody, but today we got a very, very special guest in the building, man. We got my brother, Kelontae Gavin, man.
I'm on them, man.
What's up?
Man, what's going on with you, brother?
How you doing?
We here. We here. I made it. Mom, I made it, Mom.
Oh, man.
Be here, man. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate this.
Man.
No, we appreciate you.
We definitely appreciate you, bro. People pretty much know who you are, but if you had to explain and describe yourself to somebody who never met you, introduce yourself, man. Who are you, bro?
Man, all right, here we go. Dude, I just love Jesus and J's. I say that a lot, man, as a kind of like a bait for the young people because I'm 24 years old. I am a gospel artist, international gospel artist. God has blessed me, man, just with some crazy dope opportunities all the way from Pringletown, South Carolina, boy.
Pringletown.
Low country.
That low country got to represent. Shout out to Pringletown. They got development, so they about to be Pringle City in a few.
That's what's up.
And so, dude, I'm just a little country boy, man, who was just raised up in church, love God, love people. I got started in the industry at 16 years old because at 15 I went viral in my high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
High school cafeteria. My cafeteria worker asked me to sing a song by the name of Kimberly Grooms. Her name was Kimberly Grooms at Somerville High School in the cafeteria. Like, yo, can you sing a song for us? And I said, okay, cool. Without hesitation, with my lunch, last day of school, leaned over the counter, started singing I Won't Complain.
Wow.
She records it, posts it to social media, Facebook, blows up in a few weeks. Wow. Changed my life, dog.
Was that a goal for you to become a professional singer?
It was never a goal. Oh, I just loved doing it. I knew I was going to do music, though.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie. I had a thing for more music.
You put
Like, I was about to say, you had me, Chris. You know, I was out there leaning. I said, we good. So, yeah, man, it was never a goal. I just for sure knew that music was definitely there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, when you went viral, was it like, did she have a lot of followers on her page, or it just a God thing, man?
Man, it was a God thing. Her friends started sharing it. Her friends was white. So, you know, it's major to them. You know, like, oh, my friend Kimberly just posted this little black kid in school singing a gospel song. And it was powerful. It was a powerful video. I see if I was just singing. But around that time, you know, World Star was crazy. Fights in schools. Oh, yeah. You know, some prejudice stuff was going on even to at that time. We're creeping up to 2020 or 2018, 19 when stuff started blowing up when it comes to that. So to know I was a little black kid, a white woman recording a little black kid singing about Jesus that's touching the lives of cafeteria workers end up touching the lives of millions. Wow.
And how long did it take for like that video to go viral?
I would say, man, at least within a year, I was recognizable of being that kid. But it blew up, bro, in a few weeks.
So after it went viral, so who like reached out to you like to get the ball rolling?
Dog, it was crazy. Like, okay, I remember the biggest share that we saw was like Steve Harvey. And y'all know his morning show was crazy.
All right.
And I think he talked about it on his morning show. Y'all see this little kid on social media singing such and such. Of course, Yolanda Adams picked it up. That was huge. And the list goes on and on from there, bro. Like, Tyrese Gibson's, the Michelle Williams, bro, a lot of people. Yeah. News stations was picking it up. You know, newspapers was picking it up. I remember doing a interview for my local newspaper, Post and Courier. It was crazy. Yeah.
Just from that video.
Just from that video. I still in high school, dog.
So how did that affect your, because what grade were you in at that time?
Bro, 9th grade. About to go into 10th grade. Freshman.
So
Freshie.
So how did that affect the rest of your high school career?
Yo, it affected big time. One, I'm notable to be that kid. Oh, man, got Kelontae, man, he went viral.
Yeah.
That was a lot of light, man. Going back to school was a little superstar. That was a lot of light, man. Couldn't tell me nothing, man. Right. I was getting free lunch all day. I was getting free lunch, free snacks and stuff. But no, man, it changed my life. But here's the thing though. Went back serving my local church. Of course, made it to 10th grade. But during that year, travel started to pick up for me going into 10th grade, right? Okay. So we started going weekend travels, but they were affecting either leaving school on a weekend or getting back to school, right? So from that to traveling to school, I ended up failing 10th grade.
What?
Anointed and come on,
what?
Anointed and failed 10th grade.
Wow.
Huh?
So you
viral and failed 10th grade. Huh?
Yo, so you went to you had to go to summer school, or did you just stay back a year? You did 10th grade twice.
Next year, I am in the system as a 10th grader, but I had to take 10th and 11th grade classes. And my peers never knew it until after senior year, I believe, at the end of senior year.
So everybody started booking you, asking you to come.
Oh, book like crazy. We travel up and down the East Coast. Wow. They start stretching over, to Midwest and so forth, Northeast, and started getting crazy.
Dope. So did you graduate from Somerville?
I graduated from Somerville High School. Thank the Lord he did it, bro.
Did you want to just stop and try to just go straight professional?
Or do homeschool or something, or what?
I did. It was discussed one time. My dad did something pretty cool, though, before I got signed. Who I'm signed to now, Marquise Boone Enterprise. At the time, now, of course, it's my own label, Kelontae Gavin Enterprise, and now Marquise Boone is now my business manager of my enterprise. So shout out to my pops, man, who kind of steered me in the right direction to, hey, I'm not going to be one of the managers that, I don't be insensitive, but they say rape artists because of contracts and 360 deals. He said, no, I want to teach you the ropes so that you can have an advantage. And so, that was a little harsh word. We might need to edit that. We can probably do it.
Nah.
But man, like looking at it now, bro, I'm grateful because the question that you asked is like, dang, I wanted to do it, but I always had this thing for music and to always be a light for other entrepreneurs as well as musicians and worship leaders, that you have what it takes to become all that you want to be. So looking back though at school, man, it's like, ooh, man, I had a lot to learn. It was traumatic. Sometimes we look at trauma as something bad that's happening, but sometimes trauma, I believe there's healthy trauma that causes you to be in a state of shock because of all the good that's happening. And so your process looked different than others because they had the blood, sweat, and tears. But here it is, God took you through a different path, and you're succeeding, you're successful. But there was a dichotomy of it because, like, I failed 10th grade doing music. It's growing. It was a lot.
I can imagine.
It's a lot.
Wow.
So, you were serving at your local church before the situation, right? Before you.
Sure.
So, do you feel like that time and that moment happened because you could have went viral anytime before that?
Ain't that something, bro?
You know what I'm saying? But was it, you feel like it was just your time, bro?
Man, that's rich, bro. That's rich. That's rich. Yeah.
That joint is wild,
and then
man.
You said, like, think about it, I was always singing in church. I always was a musician. Here it is at school. Like, I think that's what it was so God and divine. Supernatural. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have videos and stuff out of you singing before that?
My dad used to post me all the time on Facebook.
Wow. Yeah. That's something else.
That is
but
wild,
not for
man.
the need for me to be seen and exposed. Just like, okay, he's my son, whatever, or it wasn't like it was just a proud dad thing he would do, just posting me on Facebook singing. But after that was like, dang, man, what if I had said no to that lady going through that line?
Oh, right.
I know, man. Woo. That joint is wild, bro. So, like, as far as being young in the industry like that, is it rough because you don't really, know nothing. You Absolutely. Are green. Did you find a lot of love, or it was a struggle?
Oh, did it disappoint you?
Oh yeah. It was both. It was both, man.
Because also now
it was both.
You young now, so when people come, so we're gonna give you a story, right? We used to do Christian rap. Still got it, you know what I'm saying? I still spit some bars for need to.
Let's go.
But when we did shows at these churches, bro, they used to be like, the Lord is going to bless you. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take care of you. We got some hot dogs and some juice in the back. Y'all
we can't pay you, but we'll feed you.
Yeah, we'll feed you. Your reward is in heaven.
Because some of them don't feed you.
So being young like that in the industry, going places, at these churches and stuff, was it like that? Or
oh man, absolutely, absolutely. You know, we come from a culture where, you know, your gift make rooms for you, and it brings you before great men. They'll say nothing about them great men compensating you for your time.
Right. Yeah,
it's gotta be for free, but we'll pay to go see the secular artists do what they do in arenas. Right. Or, you know, we'll pay for our food. We go to Walmart, we don't take their stuff. You go to the grocery store, you don't get that stuff for free. But we think because our gift comes from God and we're doing it for God, that there's no expectation on you actually giving me this so-called a workman is worthy of his hire. You don't feel like I'm worthy of my time? But it was definitely traumatic to be young and in the industry because I thought it's gospel music. We doing this for God.
Yeah.
It's different. This is different. It's gonna be love and all that. And I'm like, oh, I forgot these are people too.
Right. Oh man.
Is this how Jesus felt?
Right.
Healing folk? Like, I don't think we like digging that thing like what if he went like this is what he experienced doing public ministry without social media and had thousands following him without a follow button? Right. Had millions liking him without a like button? He wasn't verified through a blue check, but he was verified through his works. And I think that's why he's still one of the greatest influences of our time. To still be relevant because he's like, y'all want the light, but the light comes with heat. And don't excuse.
I like that.
Don't excuse what people do. You know, without, I would say, some type of awareness, like they're people. You know what I'm saying? We'll be like, okay, because they do that, they get a free pass. No, you don't get a free pass. Pastor, you know, I came into your church, I served, whether you bless me or not, but moving forward too, like, there are artists today, and I ain't trying, Chris, ain't gonna get me. You can get me with no clickbait. There are artists today. You can tell them, man, they are grand and great. Like, I always wanted to be one of the artists that I'm far enough that you can see me, but I'm close enough that you can touch me.
Okay. One of the things that I do hear a lot about you when it comes to you is the fact that of how humble you are. You know what I'm saying? People be like, yo, he traveled all over the world, man, but he's still a people person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciate it.
And I could contest to that because me and my partner did a show.
Yeah.
And we came down to the Low Country. I forgot who put it on. I think Samuel Tuffy.
Hey, that's my cousin.
Yeah, he put on a show, and you was there.
Shout out to Tuff.
And you still had that same energy, that same light. Like, and I don't think you was all the way blown up, or I don't even know if you was signed back then. Right. But you was like you the same person. Like, you was just cool, hype,
that's my guy.
Happy, and me and Justin, we was like, man, you a cool dude.
Man, that's love, bro. That's my heart, man. That's what I want. People not, man, and we got it since we here though. There's somebody watching this because dog, everybody want to be exposed and seen. And what's crazy is I got a book out called Worship School, and I talk about this in my book, Worship School. Shameless plug. I need to go get it. And at www.worshipschoolweek.com. And I talk about this thing of wanting to be exposed, but not checking your motives to the point where if it's going to change me in a negative aspect, when I get to this place I'm so desiring, I might not need it. So I need to be okay with being hidden. Nobody want to be hidden.
No. Everybody want
until their time. But this is a new age now. You know, you got this gift. You got to be seen. And I get it, right? Post your stuff, because I talk about that too in the book. So it's like a lot of stuff I talk about it. Like, I don't just talk about you posting. I got this chapter called The System of Miracles, how everybody want to be seen. They want their gift, you know, to be exposed. But they have this fear. And the biggest liar that we know is not the devil. It's ourselves. How much stuff did we say we was going to do in the last 2-3 years when we did it? It's us.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't have the guts, what we doing? To just get in front of a camera. Right. Just record yourself. Right. But the backside of that, if I'm going to do this and be a light for Christ, then I got to make sure my motives be right. Because what's more important is not my on-stage presence, it's my off-stage presence.
Hello.
So I gotta keep the cafeteria boys so close that I never forget. Like, bro, you had a vest on and a t-shirt, church vest.
I remember.
And a balloon jacket with a blue book back on, getting the peanut butter jelly sandwich going through the lunch line. and a cut in your hair and my haircut. You know, Chris, I wouldn't get all them haircuts then, man. I wouldn't get all them haircuts, man. I gotta keep him close and never forget where I came from. That is why I went back. That's why I went back last year and blessed that same woman in that cafeteria, in the same place in that cafeteria room with $10,000 to say thank you. And not only that, I didn't forget about you. God didn't forget about you. Because whether you know it or not, he used you to change my life. Yeah, that's big. Look at how many more lives I've been able to be a blessing to with my gift from God, by God, through God, with God, because you said, hey, let me be a blessing so that my friends on Facebook can see this. And it changed. But what if I had got to the stage and acquired all these things and now you can't talk to me? Now Chris had to go through 8 people for me to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get grand and golden and forget. Like I get it, I ain't a Beyonce, the people like that, they're not as reachable. But for us who are part of the kingdom, that's all we be killing our witness. Because we're untouchable.
Man. It's wild. So when a few years back, I was doing those graphics, the little cut. So and it was going crazy, man. But the issue that I ran into when it comes to our people, the people who gospel industry of the faith,
yes, sir.
A lot of them were like real humble, man. Like a lot of them was like, "Yo, this is dope." Like your Isaac Carees and your doggone what's my man name, Vashawn Mitchell and those like they were like really really cool. But then you had some who was like, hit you in the inbox low, you think this was something or whatever, or
really,
how can y'all do them but not do me? I deserve one. But I was like, yo, are you serious?
Known people?
Yes.
Wow.
Got the receipts. But I was like, yo, this is crazy.
I got the receipts. Oh my God.
It was wild, man. So I'm like, bro, why are we like this, man? How can y'all do them before you did me? I deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
And I ain't paying for it.
Why? And they're not paying for it. Entitlement.
Yeah, okay.
Entitlement.
Yeah, man.
Entitlement and don't pay their bills. Behind on their rent or mortgage. Look the part. Look like money, but ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Like, I had to come to Jesus with that stuff. Like, yeah.
As far as, like, the secular industry, right?
Yeah.
In the gospel industry, I know it's all music, but the pay, I mean, the money, I know it.
Oh, he different.
It has to be
now
different.
That's different. But other stuff the same, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, are you a writer? Do you write your music?
Bro, it's crazy that we on there. Chris talking about the industry, like the knowledge that's out there on what the power of writing is. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. I'm trying to think. Let's do something on the spot. I will always love you. Who you know that to be?
Whitney.
All right, but do you know who wrote it?
Oh, dang, they just said it.
Come on, Doc. You know it. Start with a D.
I seen it.
I seen them talking about that. But
It's a woman.
I never knew that she wrote it, but I know who you're talking about.
It's a woman.
Not Dion.
No, I'm gonna give you another hint. Country. She a legend.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton wrote it.
Yeah.
So we know Whitney to be the face.
Right.
But what we don't know as a general public is that Dolly Parton wrote it.
That is wild,
and
bro.
Dolly Parton, and I quote, maybe a little verbatim, she says, that woman singing that song made me more money than I've ever made singing it myself. God.
Wow.
So writing is powerful, bro. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know that. So my biggest hit is, this ain't no ordinary worship. But I didn't write it.
What?
Wow.
Right? Mm-hmm. Of course I get my, as an artist, I get my other compensation. Yeah. But I ain't wrote it. But boy, if I had wrote it. So I learned from those things. That's not like, oh man, I should have written it. Right? Because a lot of artists are big off of songs and they're successful, right? Exactly. Off of songs they didn't write. For instance, the one we just mentioned, I just met the writer. I used to think that I could go on.
Yeah.
Who we know to sing it, but we don't know who wrote it. Percy Beatty wrote that song.
Yo, that's
and
wild.
To this day, Percy Beatty right now has to go with an attorney to go and work out some things. And what he's going for, and I hope he don't beat me up. Just tell me and I'll tell Chris, but he gonna beat me up. This ain't no $10,000 and 20 and even $1 million.
Dang.
What was made off that song from a pen is absolutely powerful.
Right.
So it's a twofold thing here. One, the person knowing the power that they have in their own hands to write something and do it, but a lot of people aren't really songwriters. I just started maybe 3 years ago saying, okay, it's time for me to write. Like, I was missing deadlines as an artist because I want to lollygag, and so my label's like, hey, man, you got to finish the record, man. You got to finish. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get there. And what happened? Because I'm in partnership with label, they're going to be like, okay, we got to come in now and take over and say, hey, you need to sing this. Okay. Rather than me taking a book because I'm saying, hey, these are my songs. Like, an artist, you are the vehicle behind, and you're the mobility, you're the push, you're the first marketer behind your stuff. Songwriting ain't no joke. Songwriting ain't no joke. I'm telling you.
So you write
what?
Your stuff?
No.
Yeah. Do you write for others?
Now, my latest single I didn't write. I allowed, a family friend of mine, my single Live Again, Kelontae wrote that one.
Okay, dope.
So my album had
she's one of those humble people too, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she's very humble, man.
So dope.
So, do you write for others?
Man, I have, man. Dope. So the latest thing that I've written on or have had the opportunity to co-produce is with Tasha Cobbs, Leonard's, and her new group Sanctuary.
Oh, dope.
On one of their songs, man. So I'm excited about that.
That's what's up.
I co-wrote that one.
So how was it, man, when you started meeting these people that the songs that you used to sing, you started meeting these artists for real?
I love it. I'm trying to, y'all, I be talking to Chris all the time. So I'm trying to keep the other me out of this podcast because nothing crazy, just but I love gospel music. I'm a fan. They used to say this thing all the time. Don't meet your heroes, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But because I've experienced so much behind the scenes, it's almost like now I'm grateful that I did meet my heroes. So that I know how not to be.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
That's it. And that's not everybody.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people disappointed.
Absolutely.
When you when you be doing shows and stuff or whatever, people like, oh my God, and be wanting to like hey man, I love you. You cool with it?
Calm down, you all right? I'm talking like I'm their cousin or something. What are you screaming for? Come and give me a hug. How you doing? Doing all right?
They be fighting and stuff, man.
Yes, Chris. All the ladies be scratching me and everything. Yeah, that's why I'm grateful. Like even with me, man. Like I'm grateful because of course I'm a newlywed. I'm like,
congratulations!
Boy.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Holy sex is anointed. It's amazing. You ain't got to repent after, amen. And I'm grateful. I married somebody who gets all that stuff. Like she was there with the viral video before the viral video.
Oh, word.
Yeah, she was there. So it's like, okay, in her eyes, I'm not wonderful.
Oh, man.
I ain't wonderful.
So how was it being a new husband, man?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm safe. I'm secure. I have peace. I told one of my unks this morning, he called me before I came to see you guys. He asked me the same thing, and I said, Unc, I get it now from the married folk. You got to know that the person that you're about to spend your life with is more than a business decision. Like, it's a generational decision. Like, we're leaving a legacy. But before that, before these conversations on our morals and values, I need to know as a man who I am, what I need. She of course, need to know who she is, what she needs, because a lot of marriages as well as relationships end because of unspoken expectations. So a lot of that, we had to put all that stuff out in the front. Here it is. It's another one's going to be crazy, dog. This is the one that tore me up. One of my mentors told me this. He's like 70 years old, married 50-something years. Kelontae, only person that can blackmail me is my wife. He told me this a month ago. That thing shifted me, Chris, to the core. What he was really saying is that she knows everything about me, even what I like. Or what I liked. Even what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, that's good, man.
That thing shook me. He said that's the only person that should have the power to blackmail you. Not a stranger. Not an old ex you used to talk to. Your wife should know about the ex that think they know you, or this, or what woman you used to like, or what if you see something, you see, but don't. My granddad used to say, look at the menu, but look at it real quick. If you ain't gonna order, move on. That's it. Nothing wrong with looking at the menu. Move on, doc. And so for me, bro, I am safe in that peace that my wife knows everything about me. Struggles, habits, all things that I've dealt with, things I've healed from, father issues, mom issues, molestation issues. That thing was real. Like, I had to look at her one day, and we just went down the list because I never wanted her to be surprised. And this 24, and she's 26. I'm about to be 25. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is young. Like, I didn't want to wait 10 and 20 years to tell you this stuff. Because church, you ready? We want our folk to get married so much and have very little groups discussion series on relationships and marriages. Yet we have the highest divorce rates. Mm-hmm. And who's getting divorced now ain't our mama. It's our granddaddies and granddaddies, mama and them getting, grandmamas and granddaddies and them getting divorced now. So you stayed that in there that long because of what, sex? Or the church you grew up in told you had to get married because of it?
And don't get divorced.
And don't get divorced. Got to stay. No, granddaddy didn't want you. But he did it because he wanted to look good. Yeah. Or y'all had a baby. Or vice versa or whatever. So for me, man, the newlywed, I'm learning so much. I'm not a guru, but we've dated since I was like 16, 17 years old. So that was a long time. So for other people, they're looking at our release. Yeah. Like, oh God, he just did it under the table. He just surprised us. I'm like, yeah, you wasn't including the dating process. I don't know why marriage was important to you. Yeah. So we was like, man, why would we spend all this money and do this? Let's just go get married. I had already proposed October of 2023 on her birthday with her close friends and family. I made it all about her. And we told the family, we had a whole thing that night. It was like 30 plus people. No posting. I ain't care how happy y'all get. No posting. I ain't never gonna talk to y'all again. No, but we waited, and they didn't even know we was getting married in January, and so it was just so divine. I wanted just my parents and godparents to be there, and it was just, it's amazing, bro, to grow and evolve and to know now that it's not about me, it's about us. I'm seeing more of Jesus now being a husband than I did being single, and I still know everybody ain't gonna be single. I mean, everybody ain't gonna be married, right? Everybody ain't gonna be single, but bro, it's work. It's amazing. It's beautiful. But when you got that person, well, you in there for life, man.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So what you been talking about love, have any like R&B artists have reached out to you to get on the track? Or would you do or would you even write some like R&B love music?
Oh, absolutely. I just told the wife, I said, babe, I think now that I'm married, now I got to pass.
Right. There you go.
You single. They're like, nah, you supposed to be singing about Jesus. You better leave me alone, mother. I'm going to sing about this love. I ain't going to be crazy out there, But it's been on my bucket list. To write about love music. We're not making love to Shirley Caesar.
I hope not.
Huh? Hold my mule.
That's dope.
No, man. Like, I love that. And I think the church need to be more inclusive. And we need to bring that up because, this is so good. The fact that you're asking me about the R&B song, I'm thinking about all of the people who are in churches and congregations who are free from a gospel we preach, but bound from a gospel we don't preach. And that is, we for some reason, it's like, you're called to the church, Jesus saved you, he wants you to be free, you have a gift, use it for the kingdom. But Jesus didn't die for the kingdom. He died for the world. The goal is to be so gifted and talented that you accept who you are and what God has given you, that you don't forsake the sacred while trying to reach the secular.
I like that, bro. I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
That's been my struggle. Don't forget where you come from. But I'm going to be in certain rooms where it's going to be secular. It won't be pastors. It's going to be LGBTQ. It's going to be this person. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think for some, even me answering that question, them looking at this, they might cringe, but their cringing is what I'm talking about. We preaching to God like Jesus was 90-something% outside of a physical building most of the times. He didn't host conferences and heal these people, and they came, and that was it. No, man. Then he picked businessmen, this tax person, this historian, this, and he's like, y'all come follow me. And these fellas had to have been tight with business and money for them to trust to follow a man that they didn't know where they been going. Right. We're going to talk about that gospel. Because he was called to preach the gospel to those who did not know. Just as well to reveal to the ones who probably thought they did know. And that's the problem. Everybody not called to preach and prophesy, and lay hands. Okay. Right. I got cooks. We got lawyers here. We got doctors that can't be here all the time. They got to go out. They got to go build things and be an extension of our ministries and not just feel like they're stuck in our ministries.
See, and that's good because you seem like you know what you're called to do.
Oh, man, don't do that to me, bro.
Yeah, no, but for real, because some people are stuck trying to mimic what they known or what they see and missing their whole purpose. But it's good that you know because it comes with ridicule or people don't understand, but everybody calling and walk is different.
Yeah.
And I wish people will understand that. Like, let that man do his path and just trust that God is leading him.
Absolutely, man. You own it. Like, look at our churches. We all know people that either go to church, love God, still got a relationship, but don't want to deal with church.
Yeah.
Or church people because of what we projected on them. You got to do this. You got to look a certain way. We're cliquish. These rules, procedures, preliminary stuff. Man, we ain't, and I get it. I honor it. I honor the ecclesia and all these ecclesiastical jurisdiction, all kind of stuff they putting out here now. All this stuff on what church is and what we made it. But a lot of it, if Jesus was here today, we would have to teach him what church is. Because it wouldn't be the church he died for.
Man.
It wouldn't be. So why don't the church own the barbershops? Church own the banks. Church own the grocery stores. Church have schools. Church giving out license. Church own the civic centers. Church own the multi-ethnic whatever. We don't own the venues. We don't have real estate. Now, some of them are doing great out there. But for some of the other ones.
But I think the issue with that is if we did do that based on the doctrine of the church, they would only allow.
Oh, yeah, it'd be so strict.
It'd be so strict. They would only allow the Shirley Caesars or whoever. Then they would miss out on all of the other, the whoever coming. They wouldn't allow that in there.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that, bro?
More like a country club.
Facts. I don't know, man. I'm learning, bro. And I'm learning too that I feel like that's the beauty of just who God is that every church does look different. And yes, they're called to different people, register 10 people and be faithful with that 10 or 20 as well as the 20, 30, 50. But we're seeing that structure being reformed. We're in a state of reformation right now. It's being reformed. They ain't taking it no more.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We showing up with collars and sneakers.
Yep.
Man, it's crazy because growing up, so I grew up originally AME.
Oh, right? Yes, sir.
And then then we ended up becoming Baptist and then non-denominational. But like growing up, bro, you had the what you call it, the acolytes, man, lighting the candle at the beginning with the robes on and stuff.
Sir.
You ain't wearing no hats up in there. You ain't doing none of that stuff, man. Mom used to put me on these suits to go to church. Big old suits, man, because they wasn't tailored or nothing. Big old suits, man, wearing your cousin's suits, man.
Never made sense.
Shoulder pads on them and junk, man.
Never made sense to me.
But now it's like church is so different, bro. Like, I almost feel weird sometimes with my hat on in there. I'm like, man,
that's stupid to me. Okay, no, y'all excuse me. Y'all about to get mad. Not stupid. It's just like, why? Because I just was at an installment of a pastor, getting installed. And I said, well, y'all do that about hats, but these bishops had the things on.
Yeah.
And the little, what you call it? I said, that's a hat.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing ever. Yeah. And I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, well, the women can wear their hat. Why I can't wear mine?
Yeah.
There's a hat. Jesus, I can't wear that hat. Lord can touch me with this hat. And so some will argue that was reverence. Don't wear a hat in church. You wear a hat in grocery store, though. We just wore masks in church. For 2-3 years, man. That ain't nothing but an upside down hat, man. You ever thought about that? That's all it is, upside down hat.
Yeah, bro.
You probably would say I'd be weird if I had a mask on, but probably wouldn't because it's a mask. I can't wear a hat. It's weird. But my generation now, we not. Even y'all thinking about South Carolina and where we live. I was just talking to Jan, and I'm like, my wife, and I'm like, babe, it's crazy to see the demographics here and how God's been shifting the South as well as our state and just the holistic church, right? Universal and local. It's like, man, we're in the shift. God was like, man, y'all got to do what God has called you to do. Know where you're planted, be somewhere planted. But at the same time, I'm seeing people do it different now. that's upsetting some folk who are of more of the traditional feel. And then the new folk, I've seen, Chris, we've seen some folk that probably a little more liberal and they need a little structure. We be like, well, they did a little while over there, man. Y'all need structure. So we're grateful for our roots, who come from, the more traditional route. But for me, man, looking at our generation, man, some churches are so full and so dry at the same time.
Let me ask you a question, being that you said that. So you travel all the time, go to all these different churches, all over the place.
Yes, sir.
How is it so different? Like, how do you adapt? Like, if you go somewhere and it is dry, you know what I'm saying? Or you go somewhere, like, how do you adjust? Yeah. And have you ever went to a place where it was so dry that people were not moving, even with you doing your thing?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
So one, yes, I really feel like it's a God thing. Like, I feel like I've been graced to adapt. Like, I can go into a more predominantly Caucasian or white church and I can adapt to their songs and their worship style, as well as I can go to a Pentecostal and adapt to there, as well as I can go to non-denominational and meet in the middle, where we're GCM. You got CCM, contemporary Christian music, then you got gospel, but then you got GCM, gospel contemporary music, where we meet in the middle. And I feel like most worship leaders need to be adaptable. I put that in my book entitled Worship School. So for me, man, it's rough because it's hard. So one, I'm a radical worship leader. So, bro, I had to realize that, okay, I'm going ahead and I love God and I want these people to see me go, and especially, and most of the time I'm really aiming for the young folks. I want them to see that it's cool to do this. I'm going to joke around, I'm going to laugh, but I'm still going to be serious. I'm going to cry, I'm going to kneel, I'm going to jump, I'm going to run. But then again, as the artist, it's like, do what they pay you to do in 15, 20 minutes and sit down, regardless of if they go with you or not. And not be moved by, even if the front row don't move, you'll be surprised that them the ones that were more impacted than the mother that was running around the church. Right. So, yes.
Yeah, they'll come talk to you at the end.
There you go. Man, I was moved by that. Like,
and the whole time they were just, you're like, God dang, what I do to this?
Okay. But being adaptable. That's what does it say? I become all things so that I may win some. May win one. May win some. I don't want to quote scripture verbatim, but y'all don't beat me up. But we know this. It says, I become all things. And that's becoming all things, being adaptable in those environments.
Do you find yourself adjusting, like when you first started and you would go someplace and it would bother you?
It was rough. It was rough. Oh, it bothered me a lot. I was a firecracker, so I didn't know how to turn it off. I was becoming the artist where, one, they were booking me knowing that some of them liked that I was a firecracker. I'm going to say what the Lord say. I'm super prophetic. I don't care what you say. You gave me 20 minutes, I'm going to take 40. Horrible. Very bad practice. Y'all don't do that. And some of y'all still doing that out there. And two, there was many that didn't want to get me even though they loved me because they know, oh, man, he take too long.
Oh, wow.
Sing too long. See what I'm saying? So I had to come out of that. I had like 2 years to master that and hurry up and do it. Now I have mastered exits.
So
I love it.
When your time is up.
I'm walking off, Doc. Unless I'm at a place that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Like, recently I was just at Bishop Simeon Moultrie here in Columbia for his gala. I went overtime, and I hadn't went overtime in a long time. But I think I went overtime because I just know them. It was emotional for me. And I love the fact I got to honor them at the gala, and I went to overtime. So for me, it had kind of beat me up in the inside. I'm like, dang, I was doing so good for so long. But my wife was like, no, babe, you good. We know you've been doing good for the last couple of years. But for me, bro, that was a hard thing for me.
You was overtime,
because, this good, because this about to shift off. This might shift the topic, man. Because me going overtime was showing how horrible of a steward I was with my life. If I can't honor a man telling me come into his church that he pastors, or a woman telling me, hey, you're allotted this time, this is what we book you for, I'm also telling you, one, how I honor God, what I'm honoring you, but ultimately how I treat myself in my own life. So somebody that don't honor their time and feel like if God doesn't move in an hour and a half, then God didn't move because we're too structured. Some of them say that. We're too structured. But really, God honors time. We know that based off of Genesis 1 and 2. That was structure. He created the world in 6 days, rested on the 7th day. So us going to the house, or them inviting Kelontae, hey, sir, you have 20 minutes. So take 18 and so that they wish they gave you 25.
I like that.
So all I'm saying, honor time. Because that was also, you must be don't pay your bills on time. Can't. If you don't honor time. You must is a bad steward over your money because you don't know how to handle time. That's what we have in churches now. Then we come and we all worship and fall out and all adrenaline rush and all these things, give tithes and offering, and then we look at the people we pastor and they don't honor time. They don't believe in auto pay. I ain't gonna go too deep in that. We gonna leave that alone. Cause we don't talk about that financial side of Jesus. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We talk about the financial side of Jesus or the other side, him being single and this ready to mingle and all that stuff. But no, I don't mean like that, him ready to mingle. I'm joking. But man, it was hard, bro. And it was rough. Cause I'm like, these people not moving. I felt like in certain atmospheres, it's on me. I got to wake them up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's when they were I shouldn't have to pump and prime you. Got
That's it.
Or if the Lord ain't did nothing for you, just stay seated. Stay seated. You're like, man, I got to get up.
Be getting yelled at by the worship leader.
Yeah. You got to stop that. Like, and then we talk about that because a lot of worship leaders now, sometimes the house ain't going because we have become so progressive in our song picking that we leaving some of the stuff that they love. That's what allowed me to be adaptable too. Like, I know the old stuff, traditional as well as new school.
Yeah.
I'm going to go him, and because I know grandma in there may not know all my new songs, but she going to know that. Like, woo, that boy, how would you know about that, baby? Yeah. With no T, what you doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, though, man.
Like, we got to chill, man. Like, I'm worship leaders out there, boy. I'm praying for y'all. It's tough for them, though.
Better get that book.
You better get that bread
book. Get that book, man. There's a lot, man. A lot of people want to be, like, praise and worship leaders want to be, or like a lot of people, man. If you had a word for them, bro, somebody who wants that, who desire that, what's the word, man?
Dang. Man, bro, it's so much going on in my mind. But all I can tell them, man, the word of God got to be something that is a priority to you and your relationship with God, how you grow with God, how you spend time with God. I can never lead a group of people in a place that I don't spend time in. That's the hard thing about gift and anointing, that sometimes we can operate out of it because it's given by God. You've been crushed. You're anointed. You can move a crowd. Yokes are broken, but the danger about people being anointed and not living in the anointing is we become professionals on seeing other people experience breakthrough while we ourselves yet live in bondage. So preachers can prophesy, preach you under the rug. You go to the altar, you get saved. Pray for you, all that stuff. But that preacher, the anointing that he operated in that church ain't strong enough to break what's on his life at home.
Wow.
That's my thing to the worship leader. You got to deal with you at home and make sure that your public display of affection match your private display of devotion.
Yeah, that's good.
Public display of affection.
Yeah. Oh, we all do that PDA now.
Yeah.
I love God. This is what I do. Hey, you save on Sunday, but boy, we see you Monday through Saturday. We ain't trying to say you perfect, but today.
Man, let me tell you something.
South Carolina, God, Libo.
God, so there's this little dude, right? And I'm not even gonna call his name.
Don't call his name, Chris.
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't do it.
But he desires, like, he really desires to be like a minister, a pastor. Like, he really desires it. Like, he has a robe ready for when he gets called. Like, he really desires it to the point where he'll get live, go on live sometime or whatever. And, you know, like pastors and stuff do it. Things that happen, and it's like they almost get a word or whatever. So, like, plane to fly over, he'd be like, your blessings about the land. The Lord just told me your blessings. Like, dog, it's like, stop. You know what I'm saying? For those people who desire to be, and I get on him. I get on this little dude because I love the Lord, right? I love the Lord, man.
Pastor Chris, get on him.
But I'm a realist too, man. I like to get on people, bro. Like, dog, you, dog. Boy, I ain't even gonna say what I tell this dude, but like, bro.
What you say, man?
Bro, because he'd be like, I I'm saving sex for marriage. I'm whatever. I be like, dog, you be at home beating your meat. Like, I'm just being real with you, bro. Like, dog, I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna hold back, man. So stop acting like you so holy, bro. You be at the house beating your meat. Oh, bro.
You told him that, bro?
Yes, I told him that, man.
Straight to his face.
Yeah, Sam looked at me. Sam just couldn't stop laughing, bro.
But you told him that?
Bro, come on, man.
How old is he?
Don't be too specific.
In the range of 20 to 30, somewhere in there, man. But like, bro, bro.
I'm saving.
But it's like
that's true. That's true.
What we be trying to tell them is just to be yourselves.
Be yourself.
And I'm trying to look so perfect.
Deep. Yeah.
But they're like, they see the culture of like that perfection, and I gotta be so perfect when people look at me.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, behind closed doors, you somebody totally different. So you end up not him specifically, but you could look like a fraud.
Ooh.
So you have to not show everything you do, but don't be so perfect that you putting people's expectations up so high of you.
Yeah, bro.
What are you talking about?
You gotta. Sometimes you do gotta tell on yourself.
Now you gotta live out a role you acting.
I blame it on the church.
Yeah,
not
so,
everything, but that's home. Yeah, we got to tell him specifically, but I blame on some. Man, sometimes they be the older folk, man. They will feed that into us,
right?
Because I did it, especially when you gifted and they can see a little call that they know somewhere. Come on, they call you Lil Rev.
Yeah,
they start to get in your thing.
Become an armor bearer,
little pastor. You carrying water container, and now that's their greatest goal. Yep. This is what I'm called to, and that's good. But you get older and you do it, and then you realize, like, oh my God.
Bro, I was serving at this church, man, faithfully, bro.
Nah, just kidding.
Yeah, I ain't doing that, no. We go. Bro, I was serving at this church faithfully, man, and I would have me preaching, bro. I was out there doing. I am not doing that, man. I was out there, bro. I was out there.
You just told the man about
all right. It's me. Now tell on yourself. Tell on yourself.
I didn't say his name either. He ain't put them hands on me, cuz.
What happened? I'm picking.
So I was serving at this church faithfully, man. I'm talking about, bro. I was giving 100%, man. I was serving in different ministries. They had me preaching.
Yeah.
I was doing my music there, and they were one of the things that they said that we love what you do. We love the Christian rap, whatever. But let's make an example on how to make it different. So. Wear your glasses, you know what I'm saying? Wear the button up, wear the stuff. And I started doing everything they said. Cause I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So I started wearing all this stuff, and they were just molding me. And I looked at myself in the mirror one day. I'm like, this ain't even me, bro.
Wow.
This is not even me. I'm up there, shirt tucked in my pants, man, trying to rap. Like, I look like a fool,
did you
bro.
Change your name too?
I changed my name and everything.
What was it? What was the name?
Huh?
What was it?
Huh? Man, no.
What it was?
No, I didn't change the name.
Oh, okay.
I changed the so Christian rap is Christian rap. They didn't believe in like it being like that, but they asked me to come up with a different name for Christian rap.
Holy Ghost lyrics?
Oh, so
it was lyrical evangelism.
Oh, that's dope. That's actually dope.
Yeah, so I was like lyrical evangelism. They fell in love with it, man.
I ain't gonna lie, that's hard now.
That's
hard. I feel like that gives it a different space too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't like that we, as believers, throw Christian in front of rap.
Yeah.
Because it's rap. But then again, the OGs love it because that was the original intent of it.
Yeah.
It was all positivity before it was all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, bro. So I just had to be myself, man. And, you know what I'm saying? I still got bars today, man. So if you ever want to do a feature, man.
Yeah. I miss it. I told him I miss, man, gospel, hip-hop, man, and rap when they had like 6 people on one song.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more, man.
Yeah.
The song's only 2 minutes long
man,
now.
Yeah.
Hey, so with the rapping industry or whatever, not rap industry, but their songs are so short now. Like a verse,
2 minutes, bro.
a bar, a verse, a bridge or whatever, a verse, hook, that's it. How has the music, because I know gospel, y'all have songs 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's shifting. I guess because it's that people. I ain't gonna lie. I just feel like we've got a Christian music, as far as the CCM, got a better much love support than the gospel does. Because our folk. So, but our art, how we do it is so loved. It's loved. They love it. But I say, you don't support it.
Yeah.
Well,
you love it.
You think that's because like a lot of people who love gospel are older.
Yes.
A lot of them don't know how to string.
Right.
And a lot of CD players are not buying CDs no more.
Taking it out.
So you really got to adjust with the times.
Got to adjust with times.
You have to adjust with the times. So your music style.
But even looking, the music style has changed. Even looking at what we're doing right now. Like, I'm seeing, too, now where I think most artists need to go that route. That if you still want to be true to what you do, the lovers of it are still out there. Just go ahead and do video. Find somebody, like, go that route because we're headed that route. YouTube is TV now. Who watch TV anymore? Right. When all of the streaming platforms, they ain't sponsoring us. I'm about to call names. But all of the streaming platforms are now on our phones. Right. So I was like, dang, do I need a TV now? To the point I told my wife, I said, man, when we get a house shop, just buy a projector screen.
Right.
I'll just buy a screen or put paint screen on the wall and get a projector. I want a TV. I want a big old... But no, man, it's like, but for the art, man, and the craft, even talking about Christian hip-hop, all like, everybody's moving more urban. We're moving more urban.
Okay.
It is very progressive now. It's you got... Who really is moving more urban? You got who's really been blowing up on the scene, Pastor Mike Jr., man.
Oh, that's my guy, man. That is my guy. He's another one of the most humblest people I ever met in my life, bro.
Killing.
He's really like that, bro.
Breaking barriers, breaking records without the norm, like the big labels and all these things. Just breaking records. Got incredible team staff, and he's in partnership with great companies. But I mean, like, it's him as an artist and like, he's killing. And when I see that, I'm like, oh, that should give hope to so many other aspiring artists. Do what God has given to you unapologetically. Right. And don't think you got to fit the mold of what's out there. Because as our church, I don't think we have accepted, and we still trying to, with, lyrical evangelism. And you know what happened? Oh, we took all our boys and our girls and our young men and young women, and they went to the world. They went to rap about other things. It was more accepted. All of us know at least 2, 3, 4, 5 people who was lyrically an evangelist. That joke tickled me. Chris, that joke is a genius. Hey, we know some folk. And what are you doing now? I can call one rapper that we know from this area. When I saw what he was doing, I said, dang, Chris, if I call in, you would know him. I said, man, where God at now? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, W, X, Y, Z. You know him, boy. If I call in, you would know him, boy. If I say Y, Z was young, growing, killing. And I said, well, dang, what happened?
Yo.
Who was his pastor?
Yo.
Who was his pastor?
Yo.
I don't hear nothing about it. He was on fire.
Yo.
Was on fire and with a kid. I knew for a fact if he kept going, that joke would have been a big thing, bro. He would have been a gospel little Boosie.
Yo.
Legit.
Damn.
Crazy, bro. Was killing. Yep. But yeah, man.
That's wild,
also
bro.
Dope, man. This is dope.
I appreciate you, man, for real.
Yo, man. So, man, close out. Give us a word, man. Give us sing something, do something, man.
Yeah. Man, after the day, we hit a lot of thought nuggets.
Yeah.
A lot of thought bombs, and I was just honored to be here, man. I love the fact we in Black History Month, so I don't know if this going out after. I don't know if this going out in a week of, but we in February recording this, so I don't know when y'all gonna see it. Even for the people at least that's watching this after February. Y'all, we did this in Black History Month, and to know that our world, our country, man, let me just get real. Our families, man. I've been feeling an attack on families like never before. A big attack. Whether it was moms' bodies or fathers or deaths or griefs or divorces or co-parenting. A lot of people are experiencing some strain and challenges that they got to just take day by day. And the enemy wants us to be wayward, but this is the time where we got to pull together like never before. So I would tell all my moms, my dads, my uncles that's out there, y'all, man, stay strong. Keep God first. Love on your babies. Man, please, y'all, bring forgiveness back in the house, man. Like, we turning up. Like, I just went through something recently that I thought I was good. I said, I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm 24. I said, about this age, I'll be good. I'm not good. Life be lifing.
Yes,
you got to find a couch and talk to somebody. Talk to them. If you got to, like, it's a lot of stuff we grow up with that we kind of just push in the back closets of our hearts in our minds. We grew up in either families where we wasn't as expressive. You know, as black men, we got to fight in the workforce. Whether it's being business owners, entrepreneurs. Y'all know we in South Carolina. We part of a good old boy system.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, we getting to the place where now we want to own buildings and own these things. And so for all my family that's out there, man, put your kids in the extracurricular stuff. I'm rambling because I'm just speaking what I'm feeling, man. Put the kids in extracurricular, man. Start to give them Jesus. The greatest thing you can give them is a relationship with God, or at least introduce them. Can't give it to them, but introduce and be a model to them of what that looks like. My heart's been screaming but aching for our black boys, especially in our church systems, because I come from it. I was groomed by it, and I still got great foundation. As much as the bad stuff we saw or have seen, there's still some solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? Those people was only doing what they knew to do, that they probably got from their forefathers. And so now I just want to be a model to my generation of young men and women out there, because I ain't going to forget our black girls either, man. Y'all killing, y'all rocking it, y'all breaking records. Now y'all being accepted. Some fields y'all aren't being accepted in, but y'all are knocking down the doors. So I would say, man, just keep going, keep God first, and, man, you can't go wrong, man.
Yeah. And where can they get your book at?
Yeah, man. So go get Worship School, y'all, at www.worshipschoolweek.com. It's mastering the heart and art of devotion. So it's not just for worship leaders. It's for producers, songwriters, arrangers, man. Like, if you want, Lord, I left y'all books. My bad, man. Don't beat me up. Bring it back. Go get Worship School. Share it with your pastor. Tell him, Pastor, we need to get this book for our worship team so that y'all can take y'all worship ministry and your artistry to the next level. I think I should have called it the cheat code. It should have been the cheat code. I'm talking about, I took 10 years of my experiences. I made the money. I made the mistakes. God knows I have the mantle. I feel like I've been graced to help at least over 1,000 worship leaders level up in their ministries and their artistry and their tasks. Take your social media. Like, I got all kinds of stuff in there. Social media hacks. I got something called the system of miracles. How do you get exposed? What's the product? How does it look? Most people, Chris, are one video, one voice recording, one whatever away from their life completely changing. But they stop. You ever seen the picture of the person that was digging?
Bro, we talked about
Are you serious?
Man, yes,
boy, I'm telling y'all, I love this because the name is right, the energy is here, y'all next level. And I'm gonna be bold and tell y'all this: the picture of the dude digging with the diamond was on the other side, and if the picture is like the cartoon character, so if he digs one more, but what happened? The picture is like he got the pitchfok on his shoulder, and he's walking away, and the other person keeps digging, and they're literally about to go for it. If he had just hit it, swung one more time, somebody need to record one more time. That's it. One more time. Right. One more. Boy, I feel like a preacher just came in this room, Doc. Woo! Jesus. One more time. One more time. Apply one more time. Think about it again. Put it on paper one more time. Drive there again one more time. Call the realtor one more time.
Good,
and that's where we at, man. And I just want to prophetically declare to y'all that while we about to close, like, major figures is major figures. Amen. So y'all won't just have major figure people. You'll make major figures.
What we doing in church?
Do not stop and let people keep y'all in a box because of who y'all are, who you serve, and what you do. Again, y'all will never forsake the sacred, but go after the secular. They need to feel the environments where we ain't smoking and drinking, but we talking about life. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Go after the rappers. Go after this real estate person. Go after them, y'all. We need that. We got enough church people trying to reach more church people.
Right. That's facts.
Go get the mayors. Go get the councilmen of y'all sit. Like, go get them. Major figures is major figures. Don't stop there, man. Y'all literally gonna see God moving y'all life, man, from this. Whether it's temporary, permanent, whatever what God is doing with y'all, man. Keep going, man. Because I feel like this is another umbrella for y'all that's going to reach out. Major Figures is a podcast now, but then Major Figures will be a nonprofit later. So I'm saying this thing different.
Yeah.
It's different. You see what I'm saying? This y'all doing this, but then you go do other stuff. Like who did that yet? Who's building the barber academies and not looking at, okay, well, so and so did it in the city too. God said, well, you do it too. They didn't do it like you. Teaching young men to do stuff, bringing in young men, going after them, and incorporating other women so that they can see. You know what I'm saying? Right. Doing initiatives. Prom season coming. Now empowering other podcasters or whatever. Now your interns are the people recording, not just you. Yeah. Go after them, man.
I like that.
Dope.
Y'all sitting on $1 million ideas, man. I love it. I'm just grateful to be a part of this episode, and I can't wait to see what all God does in y'all life. So
appreciate you.
Thank y'all for having the country boy for bringing
you, man.
Oh yeah.
So it's been another episode of Major Figures Podcast with your host Chris Darnell and Goody, and our special guest Kelontae Gavin, man. So Major Figures Podcast, we out.